Hi boys and girls. It seems like forever since Miss Can did one of these videos. I hope you all had a wonderful, fun spring break. The weather was pretty. I hope you were able to get outside and have fun and just enjoy a little chance to kind of get away from some of that schoolwork. Even over spring break, I was still getting videos of kids who were trying to do a little bit of learning or different things that they were doing over spring break for fun. I know Joseph has already learned how to ride a bike without training wheels. That's something he learned to do over spring break. So we're so proud of Joseph for that. I also, at the very beginning of spring break, JD and his family, they recycled the little milk cartons that we get at school. They recycled those and made them into little pots. They cut off the top of them and they made them into these little pots so that they could plant some flowers in them. I got an awesome video of Zoe doing subtraction. She was using some Play-Doh and she was doing some subtraction with that Play-Doh, and she was also learning how to use that number line. She was practicing that. I got a couple of videos, one of reading, and then I got one actually yesterday of Quinn reading. So I'm just so proud of how you've just been having fun and how you've been keeping up with your learning, especially as we start back with a lot of our learning this week. And I miss hearing you read. I miss seeing your sweet faces, and I hope we can get back to school really, really soon. On that note, we have got a new student. And I know that's so hard to believe, and you probably think, now Miss Can, if we're not in school, how do we have a new student? But we do. It's a boy, and his name is Caden Loving. So Miss Can's been contacting his mom and trying to let her know about some of the things, just like I'm letting your parents know. So I hope we can get back to school soon, and we can meet him and he can see how we do things in our classroom and how we have so much fun learning. So Caden, if you watch this video, hello, I'm Miss Can, and I can't wait to meet you, bud. Parents, if you have not checked your email yet, I sent you an email on Monday just kind of giving some background information about packets. The week 4 from the old packet is for this week, to be completed for this week, and then the new packet is going to start next week. So, and if you have any questions, or if your child has any questions, please, please, please do not hesitate to contact me in any way, whether through email, text, call, whatever. And I'm checking my email once an hour throughout the school day, so Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 3:30. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right. So for our next read aloud, we are going to read If You Give a Mouse a Brownie. And this is by Laura Numeroff, and it's illustrated by Felicia Bond. And boys and girls, one thing that I want you to think about as Miss Can is reading this, and I'm going to stop a couple of times and talk about it with you, is cause and effect. Okay? If you remember, cause is the reason why something happens. And effect is what happens. Like, for example, the cause might be, it's raining outside, which it's not today, it's actually sunny, but let's just think of an example. If it were raining outside, that would be the cause, that's the reason. But the effect would be that we wouldn't be able to go outside and play. So that would be what happens because it's raining outside. So I want you to think about cause and effect throughout this story. If you give a mouse a brownie. If you give a mouse a brownie, he's going to ask you for some ice cream to go with it. When you give him the ice cream, he'll ask you for a spoon. He'll start drumming on the table. Drumming will get him so excited that he'll want to start a band. You'll have to play guitar. He'll want to put on a show, so you'll have to build a stage. Then you'll need some spotlights and a microphone. When the stage is finished, He'll want to make lots of tickets. You'll have to find paper and markers. When the tickets are done, he'll decide to make posters as well. He'll hang them all over the neighborhood. Look at his poster there. It says rock concert. So let's think about this for a minute, boys and girls. So this story started just with the little boy giving him a brownie. And think of all of the things that have caused that to happen. Because he got a brownie, what did the mouse want after that? He gave the mouse a brownie, and that made him want some ice cream. Then when he got the spoon for the ice cream, he started drumming on the table, and that made him think of all this stuff with the rock band. So this story goes from one thing to the next. You're constantly seeing some cause and effect. When he's hanging, oh, I skipped a page, I'm sorry. No, I didn't. When he's out hanging them, it might start to rain. He'll fold some posters and make a little boat. Now he's making boats out of his posters. Then he'll sail it in a puddle. He'll get so wet, he'll start to sneeze. You'll have to put him in your pocket to stay nice and warm. When he peeks out of your pocket, he'll smell something delicious. The smell will remind him that he's hungry. You'll have to take him to the store and get a few things to nibble on. Of course, he'll want to have a picnic. When the sun comes out, you'll have to take him to the park. While you're setting up the picnic, he'll see a playground. He'll jump on the swings. And this reminds me of something. Miss Cam made a connection on this page. It said something about a picnic. My family and I, we took a picnic last week during spring break. We have a creek by our house, and we went and we had a picnic by the creek. And we actually got in the creek. It was really cold, but it was fun having that picnic together. He'll go as high as he can. When he looks up at the sky, he might notice a big white cloud. The cloud will remind him of ice cream. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him some ice cream, he'll want a brownie to go with it. All right. So in this book, and Miss Laura Numeroff, she has made a lot of these books. You might have heard If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and there's a bunch of different ones like this. And these books are perfect for thinking about cause and effect. So I want you to talk to someone about what were some different cause and effect things that you saw in this story. When he noticed that it started to rain, what was something different that he decided to do with those posters he had made? Instead of hanging them up, what did he decide to do? Think about some different things like that from this book. If You Give a Mouse a Brownie. All right, until next time, see you next week.